Learning how to find and use a resource is a very significant part of this work. So a resource is anything that calms the nervous system. It is a way to help clients develop the capacity to self-soothe in response to stress. And because the brain can only focus on one thing at a time, even though we think we can multitask, we really can't. When you're focused on something stressful, the whole nervous system goes into that physiology. And if you can interrupt that pattern by bringing in a resource, the brain will shift focus to that, and the whole physiology will move into a more regulated state. So if you can do that, get them to sensing into their body while focusing on a resource and have them notice that sensation, that will help them develop these new tracks. So how do you find a resource? So in the initial interview, when they come in, you can ask them what they do for fun or relaxation. Or if they've been undergoing something very difficult, you can ask them what gets them through, which could be through outward support, through friends or a pet or listening to music or some spiritual support. You're just looking for one thing that helps them experience some kind of soothing. You can also look for a resource in the body. So you could ask them if they're sitting in the chair, how they notice the support of the chair, or if they're on the table, how they notice the support of the table or the pillows or the support of your hands, and have them sense into that support and notice that change in their body. Again, you're asking them to track the sensation of becoming more regulated. So how to use a resource? Well, you can certainly use it at the beginning of a session to help them move into a more regulated state, but you can also use it during the session if they start to report some kind of reactivity in their body, if they're starting to get something that's uncomfortable, or they start to talk about something that's stressful. You can interrupt that cycle and bring in the resource and have them track what happens in their body. Typically what will happen is that they will notice a shift. If they are experiencing some kind of pain, you can ask them to go to what's called the edges of the pain, where that discomfort starts to shift, where it starts to ease off. That's another lovely way to bring in the ability to resource and help your nervous system calm down. So the goal, why we're using a resource, is to help the body discharge the energy held in the body from trauma. And the only way that happens, the only way that you will let go of the energy of these patterns, is when the body feels safe. So bringing in resource is a step into creating that kind of safety.